episode 3842, How to Create Calm in a Chaotic World.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're ready for something extraordinary because yes, you were created for more, my friend. And I know stuff around you might be going a little bit crazy, but you can learn how to create calm in a chaotic world. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. Well, I really do hope and pray that you had a beautiful weekend. I got to tell you, the weather was absolutely gorgeous for us. I mean, picturesque perfection. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The fall is beginning to set in, but we're still very, very warm and we've got humidity. So our temperatures are high. You know, we're in the 80s. Sometimes we squeak into the low 90s and it's beautiful. But in the evenings, oh my goodness, the air is so crisp. When was the last time that you stopped long enough to feel the differences in temperature, to notice the difference in the morning, in the night, to notice the difference of when you got outside in the morning to take your kids to school or to run errands or to do whatever you needed to do, and then you go back out to take the dog potty and you're like, wow, what a difference. A lot of times we find ourselves so consumed by what's going on around us that we can't even notice the simplest of things. When was the last time you breathed in and said, oh, wow, like I filled my whole body with air? We don't think like that, do we? We don't, because we're too busy. And life has a way of knocking us off balance. Whether it's the crushing pressure to succeed, or maybe it's the nagging fear of failure, stress shows up like an uninvited guest shaking the foundation of our days. It's like, how did I get here? I don't want to be here, but now I'm here. Most of us just try to survive, burning the candle at both ends, been there, done that. Are you doing that now? Is this your season? Pushing past warning signs, pretending you're built to run nonstop. But that's a fast track to burnout. That's stress adding up. So how do you actually untangle that stress and create calm in a chaotic world? Because, do you really want to continue living a stress-filled life? Because when you live a stress-filled day, it feels like running on a treadmill that won't stop. Your mind racing, heart pounding, and muscles tight with no relief in sight. It has nothing to do with exercise because you're exercising the wrong muscles. And the problem is that begins to be our comfort zone. That I got to go, 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 go. What happened to taking in that breath? What happened to noticing the hotter temperatures and the cool, crisp fall evenings? Because if you're living in that stress world, every task becomes a mountain, every interruption a jolt, and every expectation of weight pressing down on your chest is like, I can't breathe. I can't do this anymore. But then somehow, you take a breath and you're like, here I go again. I got this. Your thoughts spiral between what's urgent and what's unfinished. And sleep feels like a distant luxury. It's like, when was the last time I got a good night's rest? Now, some of us, I'm not talking about anybody in specific, none at all. But like for me, I just don't sleep a lot. It's actually better for me to sleep 5-6 hours. And if I need a little nap, grab that. But that's me. What is it for you? Anxiety claws at the edges of your focus, leaving you exhausted yet restless, busy but stuck. In this relentless state, calm feels impossible. Not because the world is overwhelmingly chaotic, but because your own energy is stretched too thin to find stillness. You're like, I just don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if I have what it takes to go the distance. But guess what? God says you got a lot of life ahead of you. And so maybe you're in the midst of going, how do I go the distance? Do I just keep trudging on? Do I just keep loading the trucks? Do I just keep? Calm doesn't come from escaping the chaos. It comes from showing up, setting boundaries, and choosing small, deliberate actions that reclaim your peace. And sometimes it feels like I don't even know where that starts, but you can create calm in a chaotic world. You can do it. And it means turning down the volume of the noise inside and out. What are you telling you in your mind? What's happening? Building rituals that anchor you no matter what storms blow through. And there's going to be a lot of them. You thought it was tough when your kids were little. Wait till they are adulting. And all of a sudden, you're like, whoa. And then you become a grandparent and you're like, what in the world? I know, I've been down that road a few times. Now, I'm not saying it's not a blessing, because it is. But it's also seasons that can overtake you. And it can wash you up on shore after it's taken you out. Through the tides. Ripped you here and there. Stretched you in ways you never thought you could be stretched. Yet somehow, you're back up on shore with another breath. A moment to be able to feel the difference in the day and the night. My friend, it's a daily choice to refuse that overwhelm and to take back control of your life. That is your kiss to keep it simple strategy. Create calm in a chaotic world. And that doesn't mean that you're going to have all the answers. Managing stress isn't about quick fixes or snoozing away your problems. Going and laying down and just sitting there going, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. I'll just pray it away. I'm all about prayers. It's the highest communication we've got with our Heavenly Father. But let me tell you, prayers also require what? Action. Action in step with God. And if you want to have a calm in a chaotic world, because remember, the chaos doesn't leave. It's still going to exist, but you have to change what you need to do in order to get through your day. And that's going to require honesty, boundaries, and real action. So what does it look like in real life? Number one, stop pushing past your limits like it's a badge of honor. You're not lazy if you hit your breaking point. It's called you're human. Far too often, we confuse grinding nonstop with being productive or dedicated. It's not. It's a destructive cycle that leaves you exhausted and ineffective. The truth is, your season changes. Some days demand a hustle, so do it. Others demand rest, so do it. Learning to recognize and respect your limits is a non-negotiable. But are you doing that? So for example, if you work 12 or more hour days without a break 5 days a week, your stress is a ticking time bomb. Set a hard stop time every evening. No emails after 7 p.m. Use that time to unwind, to decompress, read, take a walk, or wait. Just breathe. Without any screens, without social media, without texting to everybody. This isn't optional self-care woo-woo fluff. It's not. It's called survival of caring for yourself. Don't think that you have to be the hero in everybody's life. Because you know what? When you do that, you're going to find yourself 6 feet under faster. And the process of that, you're going to be exhausted and stressed out to the max and overwhelmed. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I want you to be an overcomer. Number 2, draw boundaries like sanity depends on it, because it does. Sometimes you might feel like you're pulling out your hair. Yep. Stress thrives when your days have no structure and every demand feels urgent. Boundaries aren't just polite suggestions. They are your life jacket in the sea of chaos. Did you hear that? Boundaries are your life jacket. Saying no is your right. It's not a sin to say no. Seriously. I think some of us think, if I do that, something's going to happen. If you're like, I don't know, Christiane, go read the Bible. You'll see. Jesus even stopped to rest and pray. Stop overloading your schedule with everything and everyone else's priorities. If every weekend is swallowed up by favors and errands and work catch up, stop volunteering for everything then. Maybe you need to block a day. Maybe you actually need to have a Sabbath, to block Sunday afternoons for yourself. Let your family know and your friends and your colleagues, hey, this time is a non-negotiable for me. And if your gut says, I can't say no, that's stress talking. Push through. Set those boundaries. That's how you reclaim control. And it's not the control that you're holding on with a gripped hand, so tight that you have white knuckles. No, it's control that says, I've made space for peace to rest and to respect my body, my mind, and my spirit. And then finally, number 3, build a ritual to reset relentlessly and without excuses. Don't sit there and say, oh man, if only, okay, I got to do it. I'll do it. I'll just buckle down. I'll do it. And then what happens? You grab a hold. You've got that grip. There comes the white knuckles. I'm holding on tight. I can do this. I can finish this. Until the next thing you know, you're sick because you push yourself too far. Your body said enough is enough. My friend, stress doesn't vanish overnight. You need rituals that reboot your mind and your body daily, regardless of how packed your schedule is. This isn't meditation if it feels like a chore. It's a tool, like your phone or coffee. Without these reset points, you're running on empty every day. You've got to figure out how to fuel up the right way for you. These are just suggestions, right? Maybe it's something different for you. Great. Acknowledge that, recognize it, change it, and then make it a habit. For example, before bed, maybe you need to ban screens for at least 30 minutes. People are like, wait, aren't I supposed to do it for like 2 hours or so? Yeah, but we're talking realistically here, like seriously. So use that time to journal, stretch, to breathe deeply. Yes, even take a hot shower. And if you think you don't have time, think again. Your brain and nervous system need these signals to shut down and recover. No ritual, then stress compounds. It just keeps building and building and building, and the mountain gets stronger and you get weaker. So come up with like a simple 5-minute evening ritual to quiet your mind, because it will pay off in energy and focus. Life isn't easy. And sometimes we just wake up going, I'm just going to survive until I can lay my head back on that pillow. And unfortunately, there are moments like those, and maybe even a brief season. And you just got to do what you got to do. But make sure that season that's requiring the extra stress and the extra load, make sure that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Because if there's not, at some point, you have to figure out a way to give that light to yourself. And obviously, it just depends, right, on the season, the situation, the circumstances. I know I've had to make major adjustments. And in that, all I can say, it's a daily reckoning. I used to wear my chaos proud, like armor forged from sleepless nights. Each frantic breath a battle cry, each cracked smile proof I survived the night. But there's no glory in burning out, no crown for pushing past the edge, just a hollow, tight-knotted grief where peace should settle on my chest. So today, I set a line in sand. not a whisper, but a roar. This hour is mine, no theft allowed, no guilt to keep me wanting more. I honor tired bones and a restless mind, not as weakness, but as truth. A fierce and honest reckoning, the only way back to youth, where calm lives, not in hiding, but in claiming who I am, without excuses or apology, just the fierce strength to stand. Each day I learn to say no, not to break, but to defend, to hold my soul, my time, my heart, until the chaos ends. This is my daily prayer and promise, to untangle with brave hands, to meet myself with gentle strength, and rise renewed from every flame. My friend, bottom line, stress isn't going anywhere. You can learn to manage it instead of letting it manage you. So start respecting your limits. Protect your time. Find those daily rituals to reset where you are and where you need to go. This is where calm isn't a fantasy. It's a choice your future self will thank you for. So let's be real about this. None of it's easy. You're going to struggle at this and you're going to be like, Christiane, this gives me more stress. Thinking about stress. It gives me more stress. I get it. But guess what? It's necessary. The sooner you take these honest steps, the sooner you recognize that I have stress, I need to manage things differently because other things are boiling up within me. When you're under stress, you can create greater bitterness in your life. And then your heart, well, what happens there? It decays. I'm not saying physically, it can, but psychologically. You struggle smiling. You put on a mask instead of saying, no, Lord, we got this. We're going to walk this together. The peace, well, there is none because you're too tight. Have you ever tried to grip your hands so tight that you white knuckle? Yeah, for me, it's driving in the rain or a major storm, right? And you're white knuckling the steering wheel, which really honestly is not a good idea. You want to hold on to it, but you don't want to be too tight because then you may not be able to respond as fast. But we'll leave that for another episode. But if you were to do that right now and squeeze so tight that even your nails are going into the palms of your hands, so tight. But then take a breath, just a deep breath right now. And slowly now open up your palms as you breathe out. Just that little motion of breath and your hands opening up. That's the unraveling. The unraveling of letting go, of saying, Lord, you got this. It's time to live intentionally, to create your now, even in the chaos. So I wrote something special for you. It's your daily declaration of strength and hope. Today I honor my limits without shame, trusting that God's grace is enough. I give myself permission to rest and protect my energy, knowing He renews my soul. I refuse to wear burnout as a badge because His strength carries me beyond my own. I choose boundaries as my shield and freedom as my gift from above. I am not weak for saying no. I am strong because God's power works through me and in me. I say yes to what truly matters, His peace, my sanity, and the life He's given me. I will meet my stress with honest kindness, untangling it one steady breath at a time, held firm by His promises. I am capable of calm in the chaos, worthy of quiet moments and big dreams, because He makes all things new. Each day I rise renewed and hopeful, ready to face what comes, not just in spite of my limits, but because God's love upholds me. This is my promise, my power, my sacred path forward. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.